Okay, so now that you've created your group in MemberPress, in this video I'm going to show you what the different settings in MemberPress will do for your group, and how that will look for your front-end users. So, to start, let's see what this looks like when you have enabled the standard settings, meaning the change plan pop-up hasn't been disabled, and what your users will see when they're on their account page. So here I am logged in as a test user. When your user goes to the subscription tab on their account page, they will be given the option of change plan, which looks like this. Now, currently I have prorations enabled in my MemberPress settings, and I'll show you where you can enable that here in a second. But let me show you what this will look like for the user. So in this case, my user is subscribed to a lifetime $5 membership. And the other memberships in my group are varying prices, recurring fees. When I click change plan, this change plan pop-up appears with the next option being the default, meaning the next higher up option in your group. In this case, it's a $15 a month normally, but because I've paid $5 for my subscription, I'm getting 1 month for $10, which is the proration of that, then $15 a month. I can use this drop down to then see the other options that I have. So I can also choose my gold membership, which is a $50 a month subscription, and since I paid $5 for lifetime access to my bronze membership, then I will be charged $45 initially and $50 a month after that. Now when you select plan, what happens is you are taken to the registration page, the default registration page note of that membership that you selected. So here I'm taken to the gold membership, and the user, because they're already logged in, doesn't have to enter in any of their user information fields. They just need to select how they want to pay you and then go through the sign up process. Okay? Now one thing to make note of here. My subscription that I currently have is a lifetime subscription. With prorations, the way that we calculate it is a combination of what the user has currently paid, how long they've had that for their subscription, and then apply that to the next payment. So for example, if my bronze subscription was a monthly subscription, and if I'd had it for 15 out of 30 days of a month, then about half of that money that I've paid would be applied to the next subscription, since I've already used half of it, if that makes sense. Now, let me go show you where the prorations option is in your MemberPress options, and then I will show you what it will look like if you don't have prorations enabled. So to find your prorations, you want to come into your MemberPress options, account tab, registration, and then it's the option right here. Prorate subscription prices when a member upgrades. So I'm going to uncheck this option and then update my options. And then I'm going to go back to that user registration or my account page so that you can see the difference. Okay, so here I am back on the account page. Let me go ahead and refresh the page so that those changes are made. And now when I click change plan, what you'll see is just that there are no prorations anymore. So I'm just getting charged the normal amount for my subscription. And you should note that this gold subscription has a trial period, so that's why we're seeing that there. But basically, with prorations disabled, the user just pays whatever it is that the new membership is due, regardless of how long they've had their current membership or what they paid for their current membership. Now, in your MemberPress group settings, you can decide to disable the change plan pop-up. And what this does is it will essentially send the user, instead of seeing the change plan pop-up, it'll send them to your group pricing page, which MemberPress creates for you by default. So let me update this setting and then you can see how this will change things further for your user. Okay, so here I am again, and let me refresh this page. And so now that I've disabled that option, here's what will happen when I click the change plan button. So I'm sent to my group pricing page, which will be a URL similar to this, plans / and then the name of your group. And again, this is the default page that MemberPress creates. And so it's not anything incredibly fancy, but what it gives is the users an opportunity to see kind of the different settings and options, I guess you could say, for each membership that they have. And if you notice, each link here will go to the respective registration page for the membership that the user is upgrading to. And if you have prorations enabled, the prices will be updated with those proration costs. If you want to edit what is in each individual box here, you do that per membership. So let me show you real quick. So if you come into your MemberPress memberships and then click edit or the membership name of any of your memberships and come down to the membership options price box, you'll see that you have the option to enter in things here like benefits that then will show up on your group pricing page for this membership. And again, you need to go in and do this for each individual membership, which just gives you the opportunity to create a pricing page that is fitted for your needs. Now let's go back to those group settings and let me show you one other thing. If you have disabled the change plan pop-up, you can also disable the pricing page. And what this will do is allow you to enter in any alternative URL that you want to use for your users to be taken to when they're trying to upgrade. Again, from their account page, they will always see that change plan option. It's just what happens when they click the link that changes, right? So if you want to send them to an alternative URL, you would enter that URL here. Now, this is helpful if you want to create a page that doesn't use our default group price boxes. So let me show you an example of that. There's a couple of good plugins out there, and not necessarily that we recommend one over the other, but for the purposes of this video, I'm going to be using this plugin. If by the time you're watching this video, this plugin is no longer supported actively by its developer, or it simply just doesn't work with MemberPress, then please just search for a different pricing table plugin and find one that works for you. Most of them are probably pretty similar, but again, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to be using this one. So I've installed this plugin and it creates this new menu option in my WordPress dashboard. And what it allows me to do is create a responsive pricing table. So if I were to do this, I would just give this pricing table a name. Doesn't have to be anything too fancy. And then you add a pricing plan. And so what you're doing with each plan, at least in this plugin, is you are creating an individual box for each membership. So for example, I would start with my bronze membership and give it a subtitle. And then fill out the rest of the information here. The point that you need to understand that's important here is that the button URL should be the registration URL for this membership. So if I come into my memberships here, and this is my bronze membership, I would copy this link and then enter it in for the button URL there. So that way, when the user clicks on the button associated with this group price box, they'll be taken to that MemberPress registration page for your membership. And the rest of the features that are outlined here will vary from plugin to plugin. But let me go ahead and just create a simple pricing, a couple of different price boxes that I can then use to go further in this example. Okay, so I went ahead and filled out some of the settings for this plugin to create these group pricing boxes, and I'm just going to go ahead and click publish for it. Now, one of the things we like about this plugin is that it gives you this simple shortcode. So what you do is just copy and paste this shortcode into the group pricing page that you're going to create. So I'll go ahead and just do that now. And then publish this page. I'm going to copy that URL and I'll paste that into my group settings as the alternate group URL and update. So now, from my account page, if I click change plan, it's going to take me to that new URL that I created, and here's an example of what this page would look like. Of course, how it actually looks is going to depend on the plugin you're using, on the settings you're using, and on any additional custom CSS that you add to the sections of that plugin if they have one. And in this case, there is a section for custom code and custom CSS classes that can help you customize it exactly how you need it. Just note that MemberPress support is not responsible for helping you create the visual appearance that you're looking for. And last but not least, I wanted to emphasize again the use of the MemberPress group price boxes shortcodes. If you click on that link, it will reveal these options. And what you can do with these is basically customize how the default MemberPress price boxes appear on this default change plan page if you're not using the change plan pop-up. So for example, if I'm using it just on this page, then I would copy that and I would paste it in here, and it allows me to enter in any content above or below the group price boxes, like so. And that's completely optional. The other shortcode is simply to allow you to do the same thing for this group, but on any other WordPress page, post, or custom post type. I hope you found this video helpful in seeing how these different settings will relate to your MemberPress setup. And if you have any other questions, be sure to let us know. Thank you.